What up, YouTube? It's your boy Wabi from the Politically Correct Show, coming to you from. You don't need to know all that. But point is, it's your boy Wabi from the Politically Correct Show, coming to you with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about Bam, Adebayo, and Giannis, Tim Hardaway. Now you got Devin Mitchell, and you got Andrew Wiggins. Ain't that a lineup? Ain't that a lineup? Man, it's a special day for me because I'm a Tim Hardaway Jr. fan, mainly because of 2K. If anybody know me, they know that one of the only games that I play heavy is I play 2K, and I play the older 2Ks too. So like right now I got 2K14, even though my controller broke, so I haven't been playing it for the last. It's been 2 days since I've played it, but I got 2K14 right now, classic, goated. And, he a nice young player in that game. I think he a rookie in that game too. Yeah, if not a rookie, he only played like one season. So you know how it is in franchises and rookies and stuff. Point is, he's a fun player to play with on 2K, and I'm a big fan of 2K, and I like playing him on 2K. He's a goated player on 2K, Tim Hardaway Jr. So um, I like him as a basketball player. I like his game, and obviously He's done great things in reality, in real life too. He's damn near a 15-point player on a good team. On a nice solid team, he'd be a 15-point per game player a season. You know what I'm saying? He's nice. So that's pretty solid. Andrew Wiggins is iffy to me, very inconsistent to me, but now he doesn't have to be the Batman guy. Oh, well, no, I wouldn't say Batman guy because he was never Batman, but he doesn't have to be. Yeah, he can play a smaller role than he did before because now Giannis is out here. Giannis is about to dominate. Giannis is about to just go crazy because he's trying to win a chip. So he's about to go crazy. So we got Giannis, obviously about to dominate, like I said. And then you got Bam, who's coming off of a historical, I wouldn't say a historical season, but a historical game to make it a historical season. And yeah, so we got the second highest score in a game of all time now. How you like that? And we got Giannis. So what's up with you? And you know what makes me smile even more is the fact that Paul George went to the Celtics. And my brother, as you can see, he a Patriot fan slash obviously Celtic fan. I'm a Colts fan and Heat fan, so the fact that he thought that Giannis was gonna go to the Celtics and he just went to South Beach. I mean, come on now. That's just the cherry on top. And then, no, actually, that's just the whipped cream. The cherry on top is the fact that the Celtics trade for Paul George and a few picks. And you give away Jaylen Brown to the 76ers, who are solid, and they going to do pretty well with Jaylen Brown. And then you get Paul George and a few picks. The picks won't matter because the 76ers are going to be solid. And Paul George's podcast P. I mean, what else I gotta tell you? You podcast P. And look, this is my second video because every time I get the podcast P, y'all, I'm gonna just tell you real quick. This is why YouTubers do this. Y'all just go to the first season because I can rant all day about podcast P. This is my third time because I was going into LeBron's greatness at the end, and then I realized, oh shit, I just got completely out of topic, so I had to restart this whole entire video because I was talking about how Podcast P doesn't even want to play basketball anymore. So if y'all want to hear about that, y'all can hear about that on the first season of the Politically Correct Show right down below, because I don't want to get back into that, so I have to restart the video all over again for the third time, because I can rant all day about how Paul George doesn't want to play basketball anymore, and he's a part-time baller and a full-time podcaster. So whoever wants to pay for that on a basketball court to try to win a chip, and you have Jason Tatum and a pretty good roster, that's on you. That's on y'all. That's cool. Act like you're rebuilding or something, I guess, because that's what it looks like, kind of, but it really doesn't, because you have Jason Tatum and a good roster and a good coach and a damn good organization. I don't know how they made this mistake. I don't get it. Maybe they might make me look dumb. I don't know. I doubt it. But at the end of the day, that's just the cherry on top, is to see that bad move. Man, it's a good day in the NBA. It's a good day, as Ice Cube once said. Y'all need to comment below what y'all think about the trade. Am I tripping? Because I don't think I'm tripping. I really don't. I think I'm on point with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like those picks are the only thing to me that I would say that the Celtics would really want. Because you're not gonna get Paul George later on a vet minimum. You're always gonna have to pay Paul George. That's why he had to leave from the Celtics, because he wanted to get paid like Kawhi, remember? So he's always gonna be money hungry. So you're always gonna have to pay him big. Which, I mean, I don't know. I guess he gets people into the stadiums because he's Paul George. But when you're the Boston Celtics, you know, the most winningest basketball team of all time, you kind of don't need that. You kind of don't need Paul George to put people into seats. Plus, you got Jason Tatum in a nice ass roster, and you had Jaylen Brown, who you could have traded. I understand they had to trade Jaylen Brown. I'm a big Jaylen Brown fan, so the fact that they had to trade him, to me, was a loss. But you could have secured your loss and traded him for somebody better. Like, why not James Harden? They could have totally traded him from James Harden. Like, well, don't get me wrong. I know people in the comments gonna be like, but James Harden, you know, doesn't do good in the playoffs. Yeah, that's right. James Harden doesn't do good in the playoffs. But you know who can mask that better than Devin Mitchell can? Jason Tatum. And the Celtics offense and how the organizations ran, for one. And then for two, not only that, but he's just a better option than Paul George. Does Paul George play game championship winning basketball? Does he? Because last time I checked, Paul George doesn't have a championship either. Last time I checked, Paul George has never even been close to a championship, besides him getting beat down by the Miami Heat, which that's going to be a video later on in life of how Paul George is the most unluckiest player in NBA history. But that's another video for another time. Right now, we're trashing him. So, right now, we're talking about how he's at the Celtics and he doesn't want to play basketball anymore. So, point is, before I get way off topic once again, is that's trash, and they could have done more with Jaylen Brown, because Jaylen Brown is a top tier player now. Like, he's a borderline number one guy. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that stops Jaylen Brown from being a number one guy is the fact that he hasn't literally proved that he can go far into the playoffs being a number one guy. And that's because he just never had the chance to do so. So I'm just saying, man, Jaylen Brown's a borderline number one guy. If not, he's the best. He's the best number two guy you can ever have. And they just traded him for basically peanuts and 2 first-round picks. And that's the end of that story for the Celtics. So shout out to the Miami Heat, because we got Giannis now. I don't like trading all those picks, but I know that that's what you have to do if you want to get the big boys. If you want to get the big boys, you got to get the 3 first-round picks. But that's the point of this trade. Is I can't personally be mad at this trade, because if it doesn't work out, it's like, oh, we tried. But if it does work out, it's like, yeah, well, we knew it. Because one thing for certain, those picks that we traded for, now that Giannis is with us, they're not really going to mean as much. Tyler Hero, though, is worth something, though, even though I'm glad that he's gone out of our team, because I like defense. And, he shoots, yeah, cool, but we can always find somebody who can shoot. We can't always find somebody who can play defense, and that's what teams be forgetting. But the Miami Heat never forgets. That's why I'm glad that I always chose them as my favorite team. Thank you to Wade and LeBron and Chris Bosh, because the Heat never forget defense, and that's one thing that I appreciate is defense. So, yeah, we lose defense with this trade. I mean, we gain defense for this trade, getting Giannis, versus losing Tyler Hero and losing what is he, white, Hispanic? I don't know what he is, but he has a Hispanic name. He looks kind of white. Jaquez, whatever his name is, Jaquez. He's kind of new. This is like his 3rd season. We gain defense losing them and Ware, but we lose offense. We need shooting now. We need scoring. We need shooting. We need offense now, and we need somebody to dish the ball a little more to help Mitchell out with just running the offense. We need pieces still, but this is a good start in the different direction, trying to move away from Jimmy Butler. At least we're working with Giannis and Bam. We're not working with Tyler Hero and Bam. So yeah, shout out to the Miami Heat. Bye-bye, Tyler Hero. Bye-bye. Jaquez, man, he was a young prospect, but he had to go. And hopefully those draft picks don't bite us in the ass. With that in mind, God bless you. God bless America. And it's Robbie. We out.